Hello everyone, it's the Fly for Doctor. Like the title suggests, today we're going to be talking about how to look good on camera, be it FaceTime, be it Zoom, or any other type of webcam. If you're interested in such video or that video, stay tuned. So as everyone is well aware, COVID-19 is taking over. And so a lot of people are working from home. And that means that they are having virtual meetings and virtual school and classes and having to communicate and hang out with their friends on camera. And so what does that mean to you? It means that you have to be home, maybe you've been relaxing and lounging all day, and then all of a sudden, you wake up in the morning and you have to go about your regular work life schedule, but you're just not feeling it, right? Because you didn't leave your house and go out to work. You've just been at home all day. You're probably in your loungewear, but now you have to get put together for work. Well, what can you do to make sure that you are looking your best and your coworkers and your friends still remember you the way that you looked beforehand? Well, one of the things that you want to consider is your lighting. And I've put some clips together so you can sort of see what the lighting looks like in different angles. And I'll do a voiceover for those. All right, here I am. I am backing the source of light and look at all those shadows on my face. And now I've opened it and I just made it 100 times worse. Oh my goodness. All right, and here the light source is above me, but I am shooting from beneath. Look at that triple, quadruple chin. Lord. And here I'm in the bathroom. I actually have a light source from the top and in front, but it's really showing off my eye bags here. And then when I actually go out to the hallway and I literally only have one light source on the top, look, it just worsens the eye bags, the dark circles, all the shadows, all the casting down there that just kind of makes me look dark and just dingy and just not cute at all. This right here is the best lighting that I have for my house. I am literally facing sort of a window. I wasn't able to turn and face the window directly, so it's kind of off kilter here, but I also have a ring light. And so the shadow that this is casting about this angle here, directly this way, I have the ring light that will hopefully offset the shadow. Either way, I am bright and you can see me clearly, you can hear me clearly, and everything is brightened. There are no bags under my eyes. I'm not highlighting the triple double chin that I may have. None of that is going on here. So you want to make sure that you have adequate lighting. Natural light is the best. If you can go to the backyard of your house, or you could go face a window, that would be the absolute best. If you have a ring light that you can use to maybe kind of like brighten your features, just make sure that when you're using your ring light, it is not extremely bright. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is pretty average. This is the lowest. Well, this is off. This is, holy Jesus, this is the brightest. You see it? That's the brightest right there. So I have it about here. So I can still see and I can still function and we can still have the meeting and you can still see me, in a decent light. So that's what we have going on. So make sure that your light is optimum. If you're going to be using any of the lights that you have at home, make sure that it's not yellow light. It's, nice, bright daylight type light. All right, one of the other tips that I have for you guys is to look directly at the camera. So right now I'm actually shooting this with my phone because my camera is somewhere far and I just wanted to shoot this video quickly considering everything that's going on right now. I'm home with the kids and I don't really have a lot of time to shoot, so I just shot this with my phone. Well, see, now this is me looking at myself. So I'm looking at myself, I can see what I look like and I know how my positioning is, but this is me now looking at the camera. So I think you can see the difference. You feel like I'm talking to you. You feel like I'm connecting with you. Everyone wants eye contact when someone is talking to them. So, but I know it's hard to kind of like, go like that. But as much as you can, if you're using a phone, I think it's even harder. If you're doing FaceTime or Zoom on your phone or Skype on your phone, it's a little harder because it's hard to see that little lens. So just find it and just stare at it the entire time. Talk to the lens. If you're talking, especially if it's an important meeting or if you're still trying to get a client on board for something, you want to earn that trust. If you're looking someone dead in the eye, then you're able to earn that trust and they know that you're at least they feel like you're an honest person. If you're kind of looking off or something else, then it's kind of like, is it really looking at me? So yeah, when you're looking at the camera or when you're recording, please make sure that you look at the camera. It is imperative, and it makes you appear more honest, more direct, and, more trustworthy. So, yeah, if you were in a meeting and someone was literally like this will feel awkward as heck. Not only can you see all of their imperfections, it is too close. And if they were like this, so, you don't just want to stare at my little pimple right there, or just stare at my lips or my gap in my tooth or whatever it is. Or if I'm just like this still seems weird. This still seems very too close. Or if you can just look at my eye. That looks weird, right? So when you're doing a video, you want to make sure you have some, space above your head. You can still see it, almost like a profile picture. You want to see a little bit of space above your head. See both of your shoulders. You're right centered in the middle. I hope I'm centered. I'm not looking. Okay, yeah, I am. So you're looking, you're in the middle, and you have a little bit of your top chest showing. That looks like a nice profile picture. Looks like a nice teleconference. You can have nice meetings, and everything looks professional. So make sure you do a test run before you start shooting. Get your camera, place it, sit in front of it, look to see, do some test video shoots to see what you look like, to see what position will be preferable. I mean, if you're like this is okay, but this is preferable because now you're within the frame. You're not here, just not bordering at the top, especially if you're wearing something that, you don't want to show too much of your girls or anything like that, at least for women, you can still wear whatever that you feel comfortable in, but it's a profile captured image. So this is kind of how you want to level your camera when you're taking the video. If you guys are anything like me, you probably love to play in your makeup and your hair and all that stuff, but majority of my friends and majority of people don't care to do all that every day. They do it because they have to look professional. And so when you're doing when you're going in a meeting, however you looked when you were going to work, you want to try to look just like that, at least in the top half. You want to try to look similar. So if you were not wearing any makeup, by all means, you don't have to wear makeup, but you still have to look put together. Personally, I try to make sure that my eyebrows look okay, and my lips and my skin. Sometimes, I could just put powder and be done with it, but I try to make sure that my eyebrows and my lips are popping, because to me those are my selling points, and I kind of try to emphasize those. So for you, even if you don't want to do anything, just try to make sure that whatever it is that you like to emphasize in your face or your features, that you kind of make spruce them up a little bit. Personally, especially when you're waking up first thing in the morning, most people have eye bags. Most people have dark circles under their eyes. I personally will conceal those, so it doesn't look like I literally just rolled out of bed and just went on about my meeting or went to work. I want to look like I put a little bit of effort and that I'm still taking my job seriously, even though I'm working from home. And I'm still taking my school seriously, or my projects seriously, especially if you're going to be meetings with other people involved in a school project or a work project. You want to still look put together. You don't have to put lipstick or anything. You could just put lip gloss. You could even just put Vaseline, anything like that, just to make yourself, look awake. Make sure, again, dark circles, you want to make sure you take care of those, that they're not showing through, except you were just walking around here with dark circles and bags in your eyes beforehand, and, be my guest. But if not, if you were doing something to make them look a little bit more presentable, then try to do it. All right, how about outfits? We've been sitting at home. We've been hanging out at home. We're just literally lounging, but we're still working. We're still earning that dollar, right? So you wanted to make sure that you were still presenting that look, okay? We've talked about the makeup, your outfit, make sure whatever dress code that you guys have been abiding with at the office, you want to keep it similar. If you've been wearing a button-down shirt, a tie, a suit, please try to maintain that appearance, because again, it makes you look serious. It makes you look like you're still taking your job seriously and everything is still going on as normal, even though we know it's not. From the bottom down, you could have no pants or no skirt for all we care. But as long as what we see still represents what the company stands for, or what the school code stands for, or whatever, just try to maintain it. If you used to wear a suit before, and next thing you know, you're in like spaghetti strap with, titties showing, yeah, that's definitely not work code, and you probably cannot go to a meeting with that. So you want to try to maintain the same dress code that you guys had when you were in the office. As far as designs and patterns and things like that, a plain shirt would do. Stripes and stuff, those are fine. Flowers, polka dots, those are okay. But keep in mind the camera may distort them a little bit, and so they may be a little distracting. So if you had to choose, I would choose more plain colors, more plain patterns, or more plain designs. As far as colors, I don't know that it's, it matters. Whatever looks good on you, or you feel looks good on you, is fine. But all the, stripes, polka dots, flowers, all of that may be a little distracting and may kind of distort a little bit on camera. So for this shot here, I'm going to look at the camera. So, imagine, let's say at work, you didn't really put your hair down, or, again, maybe your workplace is more very trim, neat cut type job place, and, then you're home now and, you're kind of rocking it down. Now, this just, disclaimer, this is not a bad look. You can go to work with your hair down or your braids down, for my ladies who are going to wear braids, or dreads for guys who have dreads. You can go to work like this if your job allows it. But again, remember where you're coming from. If this is not really the look that you were going for in the beginning, or this is not the look they're used to, then, you're able to pull it back during your meeting, so that they kind of remember, or they kind of get where they've been used to all this while. I think for the rest of the video, I'm probably just going to leave it down. But, I just wanted to kind of make that point that, if you don't want to get your hair done, you can just literally pull it into a nice low bun, or pull it into something like this. Like, you just go in instantly. You look more put together. You look like, you put a little effort into your look, right? But it doesn't mean you can't let your hair down. Just make sure it looks neat. Again, I'm talking from the beginning. This is more for people who had a very trim, nice, sharp looking work outfit requirement. But just make sure your hair looks okay, not disheveled, not like you just rolled out of bed, even though we know you did just roll out of bed. We just don't want to look like that, especially in a work meeting. And from entrepreneurs, if you're trying to gain clients, it's especially important for you guys to look sharp and look prim and proper, and not looking like you've been locked up in the house for 3 weeks due to COVID-19. All right, so remember in the beginning I talked about the light here, and this is my window. If I had to turn it all the way, this would be the view that you guys would see right there. I didn't want that, so I kind of turned it a little bit, so that turn it a little bit more, so that you guys don't have to see that. I wouldn't have a nice background or a nice backdrop. For me here, it's my little nice mirror, the little flute candle holder thing, is some greenery, and a lamp, and a plain wall. Nothing too distracting, nothing, that will be like, oh my gosh, take your attention away from what it is that I am trying to say. So that's what you want to have. A plain back wall, that's fine. I like to keep things a little interesting, but not distracting, if you get what I mean. So for me, this is what I chose, like sort of like an angle where I'm still catching the light a little bit as much as I can, and we can still kind of have this good, nice background. In one of the videos that I'm going to put I'll put a voiceover so you can see some of the things that you don't want to have in your background. All right, you can see in this background, I have a random fleece hanging around there. That painting is pretty, but it's just too busy. You see a lot of things going on. It's just too much. So again, just make sure that you have a nice background so that you are not looking, messy or scattered or just distracting in your video. So I know that a lot of people, if they're going to be having their meetings, they're going to be having it at home. But I do know that some people may be having it in their car, in their office, or wherever else. The key is you want to make sure that your camera is stable. You don't want this shakiness here. Now, you can certainly hold your camera up by yourself, but if you're having a 30-minute meeting, your hands are going to be like tired, and this is going to be what happens. And then we're going to see the double chin, and no, we don't like that. And you're going to remember, you're going to pull it back up, and then you see how it's moving. You don't like that. I'm sure you don't like that. I don't like that. It doesn't look great. It is hard to get a stable if it is hard to get a stable frame if you don't have like a camera stand or anything like that, but you can find things all around the house. So for me, and you guys are gonna see my background here, you know, this is my literally my this is my windowsill. So of course, you know, but it's stable. I can kind of go like this and have my meeting the entire time on having something hold it up. Okay, now let's go find other things that we can use. This is something else. This is another part of the house. It's actually bright. I could have just used this part of my house, but I didn't really like, see, I don't like this, I'm in the kitchen clearly, and this is the sink and all that stuff, and I don't know, it doesn't look too professional to me. However, this would be the perfect light because I'm literally facing a window. There are no shadows, there are no harsh shadows that are being cast right now. So yeah, what I would just do is just stack it in a bunch of books, you know, leaning on a cup or something, you know, find a cup in your kitchen, a mug or whatever, and just, you know, use that. So either way, you know, you kind of have to find a balance, you know. If it's just a call, nothing professional, nothing that you're concerned that, you know, may be a risk to job loss or anything like that, then, you know, this is fine. This is absolutely perfect. Background is, you know, doesn't really matter. But those are kind of the things that you should look for when you're trying to pick the positioning of your camera. All right, guys, we've come to the end of the video. I might have left some tips there. Please let me know if you have additional tips. Leave them down in the comment below. If there's something that you said but you think could be improved or is not exactly right, sure, leave them down below. If you're new to my channel, again, this is the Fly Foot Doctor. I'm a foot and ankle surgeon and podiatrist. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button as well as the notification bell so that when I post, you'd be able to see it. Share this video to those who may benefit from it. And thank you guys for spending your time with me. I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Have a great quarantine and enjoy yourself. Take care. Bye.